Hello everyone, Dr. Sue here. Nice to see you. Oh, I can't see you, but you know what? You can see me, and so I'm pretending that I'm seeing you through the camera lens and right into your phone or into your computer, etc. So it's nice to connect. So I want to talk to you today about the energetics of disease. The energetics of disease. So what is it that's happening when disease happens? What is it that's happening with arthritis, or what's with a chronic degenerative disease, or any kind of ulcer, or any kind of migraine headache for that matter, or a sinus condition, or back pain, or some kind of issue that is plaguing you in some way. There's always an energetic foundation behind it, and that's something that I have to stop and think sometimes, that maybe people don't really understand this. As I was raised in an environment that talked about this all the time. It was the only healthcare that I ever knew was natural healthcare. So I was not raised thinking that you get a disease, that you catch something, or that you are you're inherently going to experience this disease process because your parents had it or your grandparents had it, etc. I was raised in this conversation that was sharing that we have the ability to shift even if we inherited some tendency towards something, and that I certainly was not raised thinking that you get sick because someone else was sick and you were attacked by something from the outside in. And I realized that most of our culture has been raised thinking that, and that as we're stepping into a place of empowerment, we have to rethink, we have to reconfigure what's going on. So first, let's say this: everything is energy, and energy is expressing and flowing in health and harmony and wholeness, or it's not. And if it's not, the system begins to become compromised, and then the system isn't able to have its immunity functioning, to ward off, to fend off something that is in the environment, etc. So if someone is sick and is near you, if your system is worn down, then you're more susceptible. You know, that's become logic in our culture, even though we were raised to believe that the bug attacks you and makes you sick. So I just want to remind you of this, that virus, bacteria, fungus, they are opportunists. They cannot create the environment that they need to survive. They have to find an environment that's already suitable for them. And that environment is one of toxicity. So if your system is toxic, if it's too acidic, then it's the perfect environment for such things to take place. So the whole objective is, don't let your system become so acidic that you are susceptible to things. So if you're working more, resting less, exercising less, eating poorly, stressing more, you're setting yourself up perfectly to create an acidic environment in which you get nailed and you have a hard time making a comeback. Now, the bugs today are bigger and stronger and badder than they used to be, and the whole idea is that we have to become superhuman if we're going to survive around superbugs. So the great news is that we have the capacity to rise to the occasion, and consciousness and science are both evolving in such a fashion that we're on it, recognizing that we have the capacity to be healed and to be whole and to be healthy and strong, no matter what our external circumstances are, because we're here to master all of that. In fact, that's why we're here on the planet, to master exactly all of that. So while we might have grown up in a culture that said that the bugs are out there and you're going to catch them and you're going to be subject to this disease process, I want to remind you that Louis Pasteur, who was the inventor of the antibiotic, the vaccine, this whole concept that we had to protect ourselves from the bugs on the outside, said on his deathbed that it is not about the bug, it's about the health of the host, it's about the health of the individual. So that information didn't get spread quite as rapidly as the information suggesting that you needed to take a medication or that you needed to take something preventative or you needed to have a vaccine for reasons that you can decide that were probably oriented around a lot of profitability and a lot of management from the outside in a culture that just was not as empowered as we are today. So people are waking up and we're recognizing it's time to have a different approach to health and wholeness. And as we do, we begin to experience our empowerment as we were intended to, as we were meant to be. So what I would suggest to you is that you make sure that your system is able to operate the way that it was intended to. Be in nature. Allow the vibrational frequencies of nature to settle you. I travel a lot. I'm always on airplanes, in hotels, and in towns and cities and places that I'm not easily placed in nature. I have to make sure that that happens. So I'm always looking for a park. Can I go for a walk outside of the hotel? Can I go around? Can I manage this? I have to make sure that these things are being supported. So get in nature. Make sure that you're eating foods. If you are stressed and moving, we tend to operate from a place of comfort foods. And I have to watch that. My life has gotten so busy that I'm now corralling myself right back into recognizing, you have to eat foods that have life and vitality in them. Whole, fresh, organic, live foods that the more you eat them, the more you crave them. The more you eat poor foods, the more you crave that. So it's just a matter of, okay, time out, got to get a handle on this again, got to get a grip back in this perspective, and allow yourself to breathe in your belly and allow your system to feel appreciation and love. Move into a loving state. It does so much for your own immune system. It's almost unspeakable, the challenges that dissolve in the presence of love as you begin to do so. In operating in this fashion, you start to raise your vibrational frequency and everything changes. When your vibrational frequency raises, you experience more love, you have delight, you have more energy and vitality in your life. You sleep better and you feel rested and ready to go when you get up in the morning. Most of all, you connect with the soulful self again, the truth of who you are, and that allows you to operate in this world, in this life, the way that you were intended to. If you're having trouble getting a jump start on that, go on our website and find a practitioner in your area that is trained to teach you in the energy codes or to teach you with hands-on work, with bioenergetic work that we're training our practitioners to do. If that is still not jump starting you in the way, then absolutely join us in one of our healing retreats. We have one every 6 months or so. We have a very big retreat where we're getting together with lots of practitioners, lots of healing, and lots of practices for you to be doing all day long. So there's a lot of support for you in this community, and it's our great pleasure to be providing that for you in every way that we can. So know that the energetics of disease are the same as the energetics for your wholeness and your happiness and your own empowerment. And we want to turn that around in a way that is causing you to live the life that you're here to live. So I look forward to helping you in whatever way that I can. Just let us know at drsuemorter.com, and we'll be happy to jump in and offer up solutions for you. Okay? Blessings to you all. Namaste.